Okay, here we are, week 4. This week we want to turn our attention to the last 500,000 years and get some flavor of the rise of Homo sapiens. And we'll deal with 3 basic entities. One of them is an early form of Homo sapiens, which is now called Homo heidelbergensis, which is basically the modern human model. The brain is about the same size as our brain. It's about 1,300 cubic centimeters, but the facial structure is quite a bit different. Big teeth, big jaw, pointy face, and that's because they were still using their teeth as tools quite a bit. They probably sharpened stone tools with their teeth, which we can tell by looking at the wear patterns on their teeth. But they were big game hunters. They made very clever spears, the equivalent to modern Olympic javelin, and they went about their business and were big game hunters. And there's a cousin of Homo sapiens. Some people consider this cousin to be a member of the genus and species Homo sapiens, the Neanderthals, and they seem to have gotten trapped in Europe during one of the ice ages and ended up being a very cold adapted, very meat-oriented society. But hanging out in the warm latitudes of Africa were the ancestors of modern Homo sapiens, and then about 40,000 years ago they broke out of Africa and populated the world as we currently understand it, with the anatomically modern human populations. And the consequence of the anatomically modern human beings is remarkable when you contrast it with traits that went before. Just incredibly complex, subtle cave paintings, sculptors, all manner of things that indicate that we're dealing with a cognitively advanced hominid, and a hominid that essentially is us and made what I mentioned in the first week as the level playing field for the last 100,000 years or so, in which humans have coped with an extremely difficult environment, perhaps the reason for the additional complexity of brain and thought, and humans have come to dominate the Earth system, and in some ways threaten it. So let's go into our studies of the rise of anatomically modern human beings, and take to your overviews and text and do your quizzes and do some interesting thinking this week about how in the world, after 1,000,000 successful years, did anatomically modern humans manage to replace the old Homo erectus, at least in large part.